hi everyone. I'm just doing some laundry over here. You know, this would go a lot faster if all of Team Herndon was here helping me. You see, we like to do our chores together. It goes just a little faster when we do it together. That makes me think of our church family, our team. Did you know that the church, the people, not the building, is referred to as the body of Christ? And just like a body has different parts, the church has many different people. We need different parts to our body, and we need different people on our team. Now, we haven't seen members of our 4C team in about 5 months. So while we sing our song about the body of Christ after this, look for some of those 4C families that you might recognize. So my girls are young, and they're not able to do the laundry all by themselves, but they do what they can, and they're learning from us. More often than not, though, I end up doing most of the laundry by myself while the girls play here in the ball pit. Now, that's my role as a parent and as a caregiver. But what if I decided to jump into the ball pit instead of doing the laundry because I wanted to do what they were doing instead of what I was supposed to be doing? The laundry wouldn't get done, right? Well, our role as the church is to share the good news of Jesus everywhere we go. If we don't do that, it won't get done. We need our team, our body of Christ, our church to work together to share Jesus with those who don't know him. I cannot share Jesus with every single person in the whole world. But if I share with those that I know, and then each of you share with those that you know, that's a lot of people who will hear about Jesus. And just like when we finished all the tasks that God has given us here on earth, and we can experience the joys of heaven when we're done with our job here, we can play.
The body of Christ is not a one-man show. The body of Christ is not a one-man show. Like a glass of milk needs an Oreo, it takes both you and me. The body of Christ is not about physique. The body of Christ is not about physique. It's a couch potato or a skinny geek. It takes both you and me. It takes a pinky toe to stand up by. It takes a belly button to wonder why. It takes a nose that knows where to find ice cream. It takes both you and me. The body of Christ is not a motor mouth. The body of Christ is not a motor mouth. Our brain needs to think before we shout it out. It takes both you and me. The body of Christ is not a know-it-all. The body of Christ is not a know-it-all. Unless you need the address of the Taj Mahal. It takes both you and me. It takes a pinky toe to stand up high. It takes a belly button to wonder why. It takes a nose that knows where to find ice cream. It takes both you and me. It takes a pinky toe to stand up high. It takes a belly button to wonder why. It takes a nose that knows where to find ice cream. It takes both you and me. The body of Christ is not a lone eyeball. The body of Christ is not a lone eyeball. Unless you have to look through a hole in the wall. It takes both you and me. The body of Christ is not a wet armpit. The body of Christ is not a wet armpit. That's enough to make the Energizer Bunny quit. It takes both you and me. It takes a pinky toe to stand up high. It takes a belly button to wonder why. It takes a nose that knows where to find ice cream. It takes both you and me. It takes a pinky toe to stand up high. It takes a belly button to wonder why. It takes a nose that knows where to find ice cream. It takes both you and me.